Hello and welcome to another accountancy class of class 12 commerce, and in this class I am going to explain to you another category of ratio analysis, another category of ratio, that is activity ratio. Activity ratio is the third category of ratio analysis chapter. In the first two categories I have already explained to you the solvency ratio and the liquidity ratio. So follow the class regularly so that you can learn and you can know more about these ratios, solve the sums, download the PDF provided with these videos where I have given you all the solved sums so that it will be helpful for you to solve the homework from the exercises of Basu and Datta book. So let's start today with the third category, that is activity ratio. Now activity ratio, there are four main types of activity ratio, out of which today in this class I am going to explain to you the two main types of activity ratio. The other two main types I will explain in some other class, but today out of the four I am going to explain two important activity ratio. Number one, which I am going to explain to you right now, is stock turnover ratio. Yes, stock turnover ratio. And the next one is working capital turnover ratio. Working capital turnover ratio. Now let's begin with stock turnover ratio. So, or it may be called inventory turnover ratio. Stock is the other name of inventory, or inventory is the other name of stock. So if you are asked to find out the inventory turnover ratio or stock turnover ratio, you are going to solve the sums in this way. Suppose a sum I have already written in the board where opening stock, closing stock, carriage inward, sales and purchase, these items are provided with their values. And you are asked to find out the stock turnover ratio. Now the formula of this stock turnover ratio is cost of goods sold divided by average stock. Cost of goods sold divided by average stock. Now if the amount of cost of goods sold is directly given to you in the sum, then it will be helpful for you. You directly pick up the amount, put the amount over here, and average stock also you put the amount take it from the sum and put it here and solve the sum. But generally it is not given like that. You are given various items from where you have to find out the cost of goods sold, you have to find out the average stock, divide it and find out the stock turnover ratio. Now what are the items that are to be included while doing this sum? Now cost of goods sold you can get generally by subtracting gross profit from sales, or sales minus GP is the other name of cost of goods sold. Sales minus GP, sales minus gross profit, GP means gross profit, sales minus gross profit is the other name of cost of goods sold. In this sum, sales is given to you 2 lakh and gross profit is not given to you. Gross profit is not given to you. Now, you have done final account in class 11. From that, you know very well that gross profit is obtained from trading account. So here are the items, here are few items which are given from that trading account. So you have to prepare a trading account in rough work to find out the gross profit. How will you prepare it? Now what was the formula used in trading account? Sales plus closing stock minus purchase minus opening stock minus the direct expenses, that is carriage or wages, whatever given in the sum. So here also separately we will find out the GP. In workings we will find out the GP. How we will find out the GP? So sales plus closing stock minus purchase minus opening stock minus carriage inward. Minus carriage inward. So here sales is given 2 lakh plus 1 lakh, plus closing stock 25,000 minus purchase 1 lakh minus opening stock 75,000 minus carriage inward, that is also 25,000. So ultimately you are getting 2 lakh plus 2,25,000 minus 2,25,000 minus 2 lakh. 1,75,000 and 25,000 gives you 2 lakh. So this gives you 25,000. So the gross profit is 25,000, which we have found out, which we have obtained by using the formula that we use in the while doing in trading account. In case of trading account, what we used to do, we used to add sales and closing stock. Thus we have added sales and closing stock, and remember we have deducted purchase, opening stock and carriage inward from these sales and closing stock, and by arranging the amount we have acquired 25,000, which is the GP. So here we can place easily the amount of GP. Sales we know it is already given 2 lakh. Now the problem is average stock. What is average stock? Average stock is nothing. It is, you have to add opening stock and closing stock and divide it by 2. So here average stock we will write opening stock plus closing stock divided by 2. Now sales is given 2 lakh minus GP is 25,000 and opening stock is given 75,000, closing stock is given 25,000 divided by 2. So here we are getting 1,75,000 in the numerator, 1,75,000 by subtraction, and 75,000 plus 25,000 is 1 lakh. 1 lakh divided by 2 gives you 50,000. This is what we are getting. So if we cancel it, we are going to get 7 by 2. So 7 by 2 means 3.5. So answer will be 3.5 times. This is how we will solve stock turnover ratio. 3.5 times. This is the answer. Whenever you will be asked to find out stock turnover ratio or debtors turnover ratio or creditors turnover ratio, it indicates in a year how many times the stock are sold, it is cleared, or you are getting amount from the debtors in a year. So the answer you have to mention, you don't have to give the ratio in the answer. In the answer you have to mention times as the unit. So 3.5 times is the answer of the stock turnover ratio. This is how we will calculate the stock turnover ratio. Either you can be given sales, they can directly give you, or any GP percentage they can give you. I have solved those sums also where sales is given and GP is given as a percentage on sales. In those sums you have to calculate the GP by multiplying the percentage with the sales and find out the GP. In that case you don't need to do this trading account, because these items won't be provided to you directly. GP percentage will be given to you, and with that percentage you have to calculate with it with the sales. You have to multiply that percentage with sales and find out the GP. You can understand this when sums will be provided to you. If these types of sums is provided to you, definitely you have to prepare a trading account in rough work and find out the gross profit and then solve the sums in the way I have done. But if trading account is not provided to you and it is given directly that GP is 25% on sales, then you have to multiply that 25% with the sales amount and find out the GP. That is very easy. So in this way you have to do the sum. And if cost of goods sold is directly given to you, no problem is there. Or any other items is given to you, that is also no problem. You can solve the sums. But generally the toughest problem can come in this way. You have to solve in this way. So please follow the class and download the PDF. In the PDF I have done variety of sums for your convenience. Now let's move on to the next type of sum, the next activity ratio, the next important activity ratio, that is working capital turnover ratio. Working capital turnover ratio. This is also an important ratio of activity ratio part, that is working capital turnover ratio. Now as the name suggests, working capital. What is working capital? As you all know that working capital means current assets and current liabilities. So in the sums, some current assets and current liabilities will be given to you. Current assets, say the current assets is 2 lakh. Current asset maybe consist of stock, bills receivable, debtors. Individually this amount can be given to you, or directly current asset can be given to you, or many assets can be given to you, among which you have to pick up the current asset, or the total asset will be given to you, like machinery, furniture, land and building. From that you have to pick up the current asset. From the total asset you need to pick up the current asset, and from the total liability side you need to pick up the current liabilities. Current liabilities, suppose it is given 1,50,000, which includes bills receivable, bills payable, creditors, bank overdraft, these type of amount. This can be given individually, or separate current liability can be given to you. And net sales is given. Suppose sales is given to you. Sales is given to you as 4 lakh. Net sales is given to you. Sales means turnover. Sales means turnover. Sales can be given to you directly, or you can be given cost of goods sold and profit. You know that if we add cost of goods sold and profit, we are going to get sales. Sales is nothing but the summation of cost of goods sold and profit. So if cost of goods sold and profit is given to you individually, you will add it up and find the amount of sales. Or if sales is directly given to you, no problem is there. You have to apply the formula of working capital turnover ratio. Working capital turnover ratio, and it is net sales by working capital. Now net sales is given to you 4 lakh. As you can see in the sum, I have written 4 lakh. And working capital is given to you. Working capital means current asset, CA minus CL, that is current asset minus current liability. So 4 lakh by current asset is 2 lakh. And current liability is 1,50,000. So ultimately you are getting 4 lakh by 50,000. So you are getting it, answer 8 times. 8 times is the answer of working capital turnover ratio. So in this way we will find out the working capital turnover ratio and the stock turnover ratio. This is just the 2 important activity ratios. In my next class, I am going to show you another 2 important types of activity ratio, that is debtors turnover ratio and creditors turnover ratio. So solve this sum, follow the class, download the PDF and do the homework. In the PDF you are going to get all sorts of sums of this category. So up till then, thank you, goodbye.